Dr.Stuti Shukla, and I am a dermatologist by profession. So basically, uh, even when I just had one session. I'm literally new to this, but the first time I was Jitendra Garu was inducing me for the session, I started seeing a figure, and I was thinking, why I'm seeing Queen Elizabeth. The reason actually was revealed later that it wasn't Queen Elizabeth, but it was Mother Dolores. She has a resemblance. And the first session was a very beautiful one, actually. So I started seeing my past life. I started seeing so many gurus, so many sadhus. And, the one thing, when I came out of the session, I was, of course, any of us, I was thinking whether it is true or whether I have made, my mind has made, or whether, but, I am a person who is very skeptical. I have learned so many things in this field as well. Before QHHT, I was learning astrology also, and I was learning so many things other than this also. So until I get validations, because my left brain is so active, basically a person completely into science, it's like somehow, even if you're spiritual, you seek for logic and validations at times, right? So see, for me, how it works is until I get validations from something, I'm not driven towards it. Even if I say that, no, I believe it so blindly and all, that's not true. Each one of us requires some kind of validations. That is very true. So what started happening, when I got out of the session, I was like 90% sure, no, that I have not made this session. It has to be true, because whatever answers I was getting were very pertaining to the questions what I had asked. So I saw my expressions. I saw, after the session, when Jitendra Garu had recorded the session, I started seeing my facial expressions, and I saw those and I said, no, I cannot be this good an actor. I haven't done acting any time before in my life. And I was literally crying. I was seeing my emotions, the tremors. Then I was like not able to speak at times. So all of that was very, very real. All of that was very, very true. Even then, I needed some validations. So, I started thinking retrospectively, I must have not thought about this, why I must have not thought about that. So I concluded that it is not that it would have been made by my mind, or the conscious mind. It was not just possible actually. So, which is where, because when we speak so easily, theoretically, it's very difficult for people to understand about it. My advice to the newbies would be that definitely everybody should go for the session. Until they undergo a session, they would not be able to realize the power of it, right? Because see, even when I just had one session as of now, so even when I hadn't got a session, I was since the time I had joined the group, I was seeing an improvement in myself, and not just me. People near me also started seeing an improvement in me. I'll want to get into this and tell you that 1 year back, I lost my father. And for me, it was a very, very earth-shaking kind of an incident, because he was just 63 years old and completely healthy, and it was a sudden cardiac arrest, and I was very, very close to my parents. So my entire world was shaken, and I was behaving like a very different kind of a personality. Some people thought that I need a psychiatrist. Some people thought that I am behaving in a very different way. And I had actually tried to figure out things, and I had been seeking spirituality and so many things, so on and so forth, which were actually helping me day by day. But the moment I entered this group, I was seeing a lot of changes in me. I started behaving in a way like how I used to behave 1 year back when my father was there. So all of this started happening since the moment I joined the group. And I used to tell all of this to Jitendra Garu, that Jitendra Garu, I'm feeling much better, and I don't know why I feel so connected to the group, why I feel like, listening to all those lectures, why I feel like, attending the lectures, and whatever he used to send, whatever Madhuri Garu used to send in the lectures, she used to take lectures in the morning those days. So I used to feel so connected. And then once I spoke to Madhuri Garu while I was in Jitin Garu's home, and I'll tell you, I haven't seen a person as good as her who's good in healing relationships. So I was having so many relationship problems after my father's death. Like, I was not feeling connected to my husband, not to my sister, not to my mother, and so many things. Like, it was a complete khichdi. And her words were no less than magic. Even if she used to scold me, not scold me, but yeah, she used to be little, I would say, not so soft with the words. Then also it used to, I would say it used to hit the bullseye. I used to understand those, and I used to literally apply those practically, and it helped me so much, making me a person who's more stable, a person who understands relationships and the meaning of life better. So I think it is not just a session. QHHT session is not a session which will actually help you in knowing the meaning of life, but it will also improve in you being a better person who would value your relationships more. So I think we are in the right path, we are in the right place, and we are with the right people who would actually mold ourselves. So one of the past life, I remember that Madhuri Garu's session was going on, and Jitendra Garu was taking the session, and he asked Madhuri Garu that how are we related. So she started telling, Madhuri Garu started telling that like Stuti was related to me, and she used to be a priest in a temple, and I used to be one like yogini who used to get savari of goddess Durga, and then I used to help people. So all of this, because we are here, that is no less than a miracle. Not everybody would reach this place so easily. See, I tried to connect so many friends, so many family members. Not everybody would be coming here and listening to it as much as with the force that all of us are coming and hearing. So there has to be a deeper meaning to it. So I tell you guys that one thing that I would like to mention, that unless and until you undergo a session, you would not be able to understand, absorb the meaning of QHHT. So yes, once you undergo the session, you will know practically what is happening to you. And for after like 4 or 5 days, you will start contemplating about it, how it works, and what the beautiful reasons are coming. And definitely it helps you in healing also. So not just that you're getting messages, but you are evolving also. And I've seen that in myself practically, a person who was very, very broken. I think I have changed a lot, evolved a lot. And that is the beauty of the session actually. And a person who's very, very skeptical, again I'll say that I'm very skeptical. I would not take anything so easily. Like I have complete faith in Jiten Garu, no doubt on that, but I would still question myself as well as the others कि अगर कोई कंफ्यूज तो नहीं हो रहा, मैं कंफ्यूज तो होके नहीं सोच रही थी, मैंने मन से तो नहीं बनाया. That are the questions I asked myself so often, and there was no answer to it actually. The truth is that they were completely true, and it was something which was from the divine. So I would urge all of you to undergo sessions to understand this process much better, because see, I am seeing a lot of changes in myself, and I am quite sure that everybody else would also be able to find those changes. And yes, because it is helping so many people, that is why I would always encourage different people around me to undergo this, because see, that is the reason you'll be able to understand the meaning of life much better. Because see, there is so much of pain in life, honestly speaking, but why are we undergoing those pain? Because we don't have to repeat those lessons again and again. If we are able to understand those lessons in this life, we might not have to take those lives again and again to repeat those lessons and mistakes and again. So that's the reason we need to correct ourselves. We need to evolve ourselves to a better person. And of course, we need to do better to people around us. So yeah, that's my thought process. Over to Jitin Garu.